Welcome to another edition of How to Fix It Yourself with Dave and Dave. Today we're going to take and replace the cabin air filter on a 2016 Rogue. Now this probably applies to most of the Rogues, at least the ones after about 215 on up. So where we're going to be working is back in here, and supposedly it's supposed to be really easy, but it's not. You have to pull this panel right here off and then way back up in here, and we'll show you more detail here in a little bit, but way back up in here is where that filter sits. So you don't have to pull the glove box or any of this in order to get to it. You just have to be careful. There is enough room to do it, but you just have to, be gentle with what you do so you don't crush your filter and create additional issues. In the manual, they'll tell you to use a tool to get in here to pop these loose. You don't really need to do that. You just need to get your fingers up underneath here, and most of the clips run right along this area right here, and there is one clip back here. So we'll just go ahead and you can just pop that right out. Now often when you do that, because this is a floating clip, the clip may be left in here, so before you finish up and when you get ready to finish up, you want to pull this clip back here off and stick it back in here so that it holds the back part of that panel in place. All right, so where we're talking about is we've got to get all the way back up in here, and you can see this thumb clip right there, and that's where the filter is. And so you need to pull this panel right there off, and that will get you access then to the air filter. So you just grab it right there in your finger slot, and you can pop that right off. So from there, you have to reach way down around and start working the air filter out of there. Of course, if you're replacing it, you don't have to be nearly as careful as when you're putting it in. But anyway, you can see how you just have to start working it back and forth to get it down so you can get that on out of there. You'll notice a couple of leaves has dropped out of there as we've gone. So there is some debris back there, but it is time to replace that cabin filter. So this is a actual Nissan filter that we purchased. This is the part number there. But the important part is to notice that it has a directional airflow to it. And so you want this part to be up on top, and the airflow comes through the back, out the front. So you want to put it in this direction when you install it. All right, so in order to install this, the opening is smaller than what the filter is. So the trick to this is you need to crunch it. And when you crunch it, then you can work that in there through the smaller openings. So see if I can get down in here and show that. So just kind of crunch it in. You might have to get the top in first, then start worrying about getting the bottom part in. All right. Okay, so all right, let's get in there. There we go. And just make sure it snaps in place nice and tight. I've got alignment marks here to make sure it goes in right. And now you've completed your installation. All right, so that's where we are. We now have put in the cabin filter. So it's a little bit of juggling because of where it's at, but it's not too hard to do. So we'll put the plate back on. Remember we need to pull that one floating clip, which we'll do next, and then we'll go ahead and put this back on and we'll be done. All right, so we've popped out the body clip out of the slot in there. So now we'll just go ahead and pop this back in. It goes in really easy. Just line it up. And just pop all the pieces in. And now you've wrapped it up. So the big trick is to be sure and pull in the filter so that it kind of looks like a fan on top and bottom. Put the bottom part in first and then rock the top part in, and everything should be good to go. Hope this has been helpful. Please click on the subscribe and the like button, and we'll put a list of the items we used, which wasn't very many, in the links below. Thank you very much.